Dudes, check it out. We just had a massive interview come out from Arc System Works. And this is a pretty massive interview, so we're not going to go over everything. I'll leave a link to it in the description down below if you want to go ahead and check it out for yourself. But I want to focus on this question right here. And I'm definitely going to want to hear what you guys got to say about this. So let me know in the comments down below. But before we get into it, if you want to stay up to date with all things Dragon Ball Fighterz, especially since the update is coming really soon, become part of this amazing community. Now, the interviewer essentially asks right here whether or not Arc System would be able to implement rollback in Dragon Ball Fighterz, especially since the game is so far along. Not only, like he says, is it fully programmed, but it's multiple DLCs in. And Arc System goes out and says that the decision is up to Bandai Namco. Essentially, that retrofitting Dragon Ball Fighterz with rollback netcode is something that they can definitely do. Will it be easy? Of course not. It'll be extremely difficult, but other games have been retrofitted with rollback netcode long after their release. And they'd be willing to do it. It's just not only up to Bandai Namco, but Bandai Namco also has to fork up the money. But if you guys remember, Dragon Ball Fighterz recently hit 5 million copies of the game sold, and that's not including DLC. Not to mention the fact that it sold 5 million back in 2020. Now we're in the better half of 2021, and as a result, it's definitely sold more. My point here being, Dragon Ball Fighterz in a less amount of time has made just as much, if not more money than Xenoverse 2, which we all know to be an absolute juggernaut of a game. And I say all this to point out that Bandai Namco, if they wanted, could in fact afford to retrofit Dragon Ball Fighterz with rollback netcode. So I don't think it's a question of whether or not they could, but rather I think it's a question as to why they don't want to. And the reason I say that is because if we look at the interview itself, this whole entire response feels very hypothetical to me, and as a result, I don't think they're working on it. So I think Bandai Namco, while they could definitely afford rollback netcode for Dragon Ball Fighterz, they have to be working on something in the back end. They gotta go ahead and be working on a sequel, which we all suspect to be happening, or working on a whole entire new Dragon Ball experience in general. Now, if they are working on some kind of multiplayer experience with Arc System Works, then whatever they come out with next will definitely have rollback, because earlier in the interview, they said all the games they come out with after Strive are definitely having rollback netcode. I gotta come out and say, I don't think we're gonna be getting rollback netcode in Dragon Ball Fighterz. As much as I'd love to see it happen, because the connection is complete cheeks on this game, I really just don't think it's gonna happen. I think they'd rather take their money and put it towards a sequel or a different Dragon Ball game in general. But I don't know, you guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you still think we might be getting rollback in Dragon Ball Fighterz? And if not, why do you think they won't put it in Dragon Ball Fighterz? Do you think they're working on something else and implementing rollback in that, or are you more of the camp as like, nah, they're not really working on a new Fighterz, instead we're getting a whole different anime game in general? But guys, that's pretty much it for today. You guys want to stay up to date with Dragon Ball Fighterz news? Then keep it locked here and subscribe, and watch this video next. Thanks for watching.